Welcome to My Long Island TV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. My Long Island TV starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Commander Evick, and I will be working with you guys today during our mission.
The Space Club is an amazing opportunity. There's got to be 20-something students that we have in that room right now. Ms. Soldano, through her connections and this Space Club, she's able to bring relevance to the kids. And now they're problem solving. They're not thinking about anything else. They're not daydreaming. They're using several different concepts that are mathematical. They're graphing coordinates, it's a Cartesian plane. They're using order of operations to, again, solve a problem with how much food an astronaut would need to go back and forth, where exactly a planet would be. Again, you give those kids a motivation to solve a problem, and you give them the tools, the guidance, and the engagement is not a factor.
This spaceship's called the Distant Discovery. It's been traveling around all the outer planets. The mission commander sent a warning signal to Earth Mission Control 4 days ago.
My Space Club students participated in an e-missions program through the Challenger Learning Center. It was called Moon, Mars, and Beyond. The problem is that there is a manned spacecraft that's lost somewhere between Jupiter and the dwarf planet Pluto. And it's up to my students, using decoding skills and graphing skills and mathematical calculations, to try to determine where exactly that lost spacecraft is, to retrieve it.
What your duties consist of?
Our duties consist of being in charge of decoding symbols to receive messages.
Okay, that's right.
I believe students learn best by providing them authentic learning experiences. And what better way to excite students in any area, but to really have them actively engaged in their learning. To speak with the Challenger Learning Center and to conduct all kinds of math calculations, but in real world time, trying to find a solution to a problem. It's imperative that they get the right answer, or else people are lost out in space. It gives them the opportunity to work collaboratively with others. It gives them the opportunity, the students, to think outside of the box, and that's something that I think we really need to focus on in this day in education, where it's all we hear is teaching to the test and teaching to the test. I can assure you that that doesn't happen in my classroom, and it certainly doesn't happen in my Space Club or Robotics Club or any other club that I have run in the past.
Okay, and do I have 3 communicators today?
Yep.
Yes. There are 5 teams, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Within those teams, they each have a job to do. You have a navigation specialist, and the navigation specialist is focusing on retrieving the data about graphing and having to plot coordinates and trying to figure out, where certain items are and unknown objects that are floating around out there.
So is there any hard parts to your job?
We felt that the hardest part of the mission was in handout 2, where we decoded all symbols and there were no words included.
And the transmission specialist is getting information about decoding. So they have to decode certain symbols and try to figure out what those mean, put it into a sentence. Then we have the cargo specialist. They have to try to determine how many days will it take to get to Saturn or Jupiter or Uranus. How many days will it take back? How many astronauts need to go get the lost astronauts that are out there? How many are coming back? How much food is needed? How much water? How much is oxygen? And they're doing all the mathematical calculations necessary to have a successful mission.
You came and gave him the planet. You knew what planet the moons went with. So that was absolutely awesome.
We have a commander who is speaking with us and guiding the students to hopefully come up with the correct calculations to retrieve that satellite. And she happened to be in West Virginia.
So were you successful at your job?
Yes.
Yes, you were. Very successful.
This is not a job for me. This is not a career for me. This is a passion and a love that I have for students and learning. For students, it can be very boring in a classroom. I feel badly for some students and some teachers who feel that they have to, continue to be stressed out by numbers. No, it's not a number. My students are people, and I will always teach to the whole child.